Yes. I think I'm here now. Yes? Yes, I think so. That's crazy. What the fuck? Nameless, how's it going, man? Better, but low audio? Sorry, just to confirm, when you say low audio, do you mean me or the music? Aaron, how's it going, man? I have to assume you mean me, right? Me? Okay. Stand up the gain, see? Let's get it up here. I think that should do it. Okay. I'm also talking a little bit quieter in fairness because my I'm starting to get a little sick. It's not bad right now, but enough that like I'm not trying to strain my voice. Fold. That's a word? The fuck? This is a word? The fuck is a chode? I can't even put that up. So I did not know that was a word. If someone's curious, search that up. Oh my god. Oh, that's so bad. What the fuck? Yes, I did, Harsh. Oh, this is so bad. Another word for shit? No. Chris, okay. That is a vulgar term primarily used to describe a penis that is wider than it is long. I didn't... Why is there a word for that? Oh, that's so jokes. I don't know why there's a word for that. B-O... Body. Dobby. Hold on, there's a chance? Hold on. What? Dobby cooked, though. Dodgy? Dowdy. That's a word? I don't know what that means either. The fuck? Smokey, how's it going, man? Long time no see. Oh, describes a woman, typically, or their clothing as dull, old-fashioned, and unfashionable. Mr. Potter. Dobby is a faithful servant until Dobby's master gave him a sock. Dobby's good. I agree. Dobby's great. Love Dobby. Grinder. Grounds. Filter. Shit used to make a coffee. Coffee beans, a grinder. Coffee grounds, a filter. Fuck's sakes. Even the elves don't look like that. True, true, true. Bean crop donut sub. What would that be? Today's Wordle, so it's a new meme pick. Hope, how's it going, man? Rolls? No, hold on. Sub? Hoagie roll donut? I don't think so. Adjust markup filters. The other three are sandwiches. Yeah, I get that. New life's life and nothing to know. How about you? I'm starting to get a little sick. This is fucking great. Bro, I feel like you guys fucking jinxed me, bro. Because I never used to get sick. And ever since I've been streaming, I feel like I get sick like once every 2 months. It's such cringe shit. Whichever one of you is doing, I don't know, fucking black magic on me. But I'll find you. And then you're not gonna like it. I'm gonna touch you everywhere. Cause, argument, basis, grounds, legal terms? Shadow, how's it going, man? Harshness. A hero sandwich it could be. Do we risk it? Fuck, we don't. Grinder? The fuck? What the fuck? What are we talking about? That's not the name of a sandwich. Nice fuckers, I'm making it up. Fuck. The fuck's a grind? Yeah, exactly, thank you. The grinder, the gay thingamajig? Hold, whoa. Whoa. You mean the Republican thingamajig? That takes some elite ball knowledge to know. Copy, paste. Paste. I'm gonna go to sleep. Just want to drop by. No worries, Shadow. Appreciate you popping by, buddy. Have a good night. Prison jail. Jail criminal. Criminal evil. Paste evil. I don't know why I got taped evil. This is so stupid. I didn't even think for 1 fucking second. Paste. Copy. Copy. Counterfeit. Fuck. Copy fake. Unoriginal. Duplicate. Counterfeit criminal. Felon. Felon counterfeit. Counterfeiter. Not the line I was going for originally, but I found a line. I found a line. Harsh. I kind of cooked there, right? I found a line. Didn't take that long. I found a line. But why is this bad? Oh, you can go here, idiot. So dumb. Nice. Makes sense. How are you guys? Sorry I missed yesterday. So my dad broke his phone and then we had to get a replacement through AppleCare, and the fucking Apple people just made such a fucking mess of it. I'm sure you guys know what AppleCare is, but AppleCare is basically like you pay them like 10 or 15 bucks a month or some shit. I don't fucking know. Okay. Every month, and it's like in the event your phone breaks down, there's a couple other things too, but in the event your phone breaks, you just give them your phone, and in the first 2 years, it's not like fucking infinite, but in the first 2 years, your phone breaks, you just give them the old phone, they give you a new phone, you pay them like 150 bucks, and it's like, alright, just get a new phone, fuck it. So my dad's phone broke, and they're like, okay, Hope, whoa. Although I was pissed as fuck yesterday. So we go there, and we're like, hey, listen, my dad's phone broke, here's the phone, here's the AppleCare fucking, ID number, certificate number, whatever the fuck, right? Like, here's proof we have AppleCare on this phone, just give me a new fucking phone. And they go, alright, yeah, no problem. I'm just fucking typing away to his iPad, fucking nerd, okay? He's like, yeah, okay, everything looks good, yeah, we got AppleCare, yeah. Oh, quick thing, I need the proof of purchase. The fuck? Motherfucker, I don't have the proof of purchase? You think I carry around the receipt from my dad's phone that we bought like a year and a half ago? Just, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, oh yeah, new thing, sometimes they just randomly, like one in like 30 times, like I've only ever seen it like once or twice, they'll ask for a proof of purchase. I'm like, motherfucker, what are you talking about? Here's the phone. Here's the proof of the AppleCare. Here's the charges every month for the fucking AppleCare. They're charged like a week ago. They're like, yeah, no. We have the AppleCare, yeah. But like, the proof of the phone. Motherfucker, I just gave you the phone. What the fuck are you talking about? We need the proof of purchase. I don't have it. I look at my dad, and of course I'm like, Dad, do you have the proof of purchase? My dad looks at me like I just asked for his fucking kidney. He goes, you don't have it? Why would I have your proof of purchase? What? No, Dad, I don't have your receipt. What are we talking about? I'm like, okay, I'm like, dude, just, okay, follow my train of logic, okay? You know it's my phone, yeah? Because it's, or like, it's my dad's phone, because it's my dad's fucking AppleCare on there, yeah? He goes, yeah. And he goes, okay, and you're not disputing that here's the AppleCare that I'm like praying on the fucking thing, right? Like, this is the Apple Care. You know that. The Apple Care is on this phone. You can check the fucking serial number of the phone, right? He goes, yeah. So what do you need the proof of purchase for? He goes, oh, I don't know. The system's just asking for. And I'm like, now, obviously, I don't want to yell at this fucking random dude, okay? Like, this fucking 30-year-old dude just doing his job. I get that, okay? I'm not trying to fuck. Listen, I've dealt with clients. I've dealt with, like, people in my work. And, like, I don't fucking, I don't want to, okay? Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, he's like, yeah, no, there's just nothing we can do. And then I knew this motherfucker was lying to me. He goes, oh, yeah. So since we don't have the proof of purchase, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send a exception, okay? So like I'll just send this off to back office. They'll just have to approve it. It'll take like 24 hours. You'll get an email, and then like tomorrow you can just come back and then we'll hold the phone for you. And you can just pick up the phone. And I knew this motherfucker was just trying to get me out of the store because he just, as far as I don't know if he like didn't work today or like we've all done this, right? Where like you're just trying to tell the customer like, hey, if you just come back tomorrow, all your problems will be solved because I don't work tomorrow, okay? Like we've all been there, okay? And I knew that's what this motherfucker's doing anyway, so I'm like, okay. Like, what am I gonna fucking argue with this to him? I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. And my dad's like, so we gotta go home. You're not getting my phone. I go, okay, Dad. And obviously, and good thing is it's Apple, so I know generally they're like pretty on top of their shit. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, all right, Dad, let's just go to the because the Apple store is in like a mall, right? So we go, okay, Dad, let's just go to the fucking food court, okay? Let's get something to eat. It's like no problem. So we go there to eat, and my dad's like, I'm not hungry. I'm like, Dad, just get something. I don't know, just get something. Just get your coffee. I don't know. So we're like, okay, we get something. And Dad's like, he's like finishing his coffee. He's like, all right, can we go now? I'm like, okay, no problem. Because I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay, it's Apple. There's a good chance that they just get this request done like pretty quickly. And lo and behold, like 20 minutes later, I get the email back. It says, oh, before we can proceed with the request, we just need your proof of purchase. I'm like, exactly, right? Thank you, Chris. The fucking phone is the proof of purchase. If the concern was that I stole the phone, it's fucking Apple. If a phone gets stolen, it just gets like locked. I don't know, like with Apple ID or something. I don't fucking know, okay? Like it's, what is the fucking, so, okay, sorry, okay. So I go back. I'm like, hey, I got the email back. They're still asking for the proof ID. And he goes, oh, yeah, yeah, we're just gonna need that proof of ID. Bro, I bought the phone like a year and a half ago. I don't fucking have it. And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, motherfucker, okay. So you don't need the proof of purchase to charge me for Apple Care for every month. But in the off event I fucking have to use it, you need it? What the fuck? Why didn't you ask me for the proof of purchase when I was buying the Apple Care? Because if you were not going to give me the utility of having purchased the service, why even let me pay for the service? And they're like, oh yeah, like I'm really sorry. It's just our back office is just randomly doing this nowadays. I'm like, okay. Get your manager. Like I hate to be a fucking Karen, okay? I really don't want to. Like I really don't want to be that fucking guy. I'm like, okay, can I just like talk to your supervisor or like manager? The manager comes over. Like, yeah, what's up? Hey, how's it going? How can I help? I go, great. Here's the situation. By the way, fucking props to that guy. You know how okay, most of you don't work, but like those of you that do, okay? In the event you ever have to get your manager, what's the first thing that happens? Before you ever bring the client to the customer, or the customer to, or like the manager to the customer, you like prep them. You say like, hey, here's what's happening with the client. Here's what I've done. Here's what's happening right now. Here's why the client's pissed. This will, okay? So that way the manager knows like what's happening, right? And this motherfucker doesn't tell his client, doesn't tell his manager anything. I assume he just went to his manager and said, angry manager. Or sorry, angry client, help. Like, okay, cool. So the manager comes over and goes, hey, what's up? So I have to go through the whole fucking spiel with him. Like 10 minutes of just explaining. Because fucking everyone there was like sub 80 IQ knuckle dragging, like fucking, oh my god. So I get there, okay. He goes, so I get to the end, and he's like, oh, you don't have the proof of purchase? I go, no. Sorry, I'm slightly sick, right? No, I go, no, I don't have the fucking proof of purchase. And I, okay, hold on. I'm gonna reenact this. Hold on, okay? So you don't have the proof of purchase? No, I don't have the proof of purchase. Oh yeah, no problem. It just requires my digits. So give me 2 seconds. That's all that was needed. The fucking manager just needed to put in his override. It took 30 seconds. And I spent 2 fucking hours in this mall. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Why didn't you just get this motherfucker off rip? What are you wasting my fucking time for? Dude, genuinely, I was somehow more pissed that the manager gave me the thing. Because I'm like, motherfucker, why didn't we do this 2 hours ago? What are we doing? Oh my fucking god. Like, yeah, whatever. Okay, my dad got his phone back, you know, it's going to cost like $150, yada, 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 fine, whatever. Like, dude, what the fuck? What are you wasting my fucking time for? So I got done work at 4. I went to the Apple Store at like 5. I reached the Apple Store at like 5, okay? It was like a half an hour drive. I basically finished up work, got changed, went to the Apple Store. I got back home at 8 p.m. I was so fucking done. Like, I just didn't drink because I was like, I'm so fucking frustrated. Because I'm like, dude, I'm glad, like, we got the phone, whatever. But, like, how are you this fucking incompetent? Holy shit. Sorry, I just needed to vent. Start with Vanitas? Yeah, okay, sounds good. That's dumb. Ah, nice. Nice. Play the long game, long castle queue. Okay, let's just do the puzzle rush and then we'll go, okay? Dude, like, genuinely, that was, it was so frustrating. What a waste. Like, that guy's okay, like, he's wasting my time. Like, I get it. I'm just a random fucking NPC to him. He doesn't really give a shit, okay? I'm, like, probably the 10th client he dealt with that day. Although, at his speed of fucking doing shit, I have to imagine I'm like, the 3rd client he's ever helped, or customer he's ever helped. But whatever, like, okay, you don't really give a shit about my time. I hear you, okay? I don't give a shit about my client's time either. No problem. You don't give a shit about your own time too? Like, what, motherfucker? You get paid by the hour. So why the fuck are you just making your hours so much more complicated? Just like, get your manager, have him fucking give the override and go about your merry fucking way. What are you wasting everyone's time for? Oh, God. Fuck. Sorry, I just realized I coughed straight into the fucking mic. I'm so sorry. Dude, I genuinely hope, I'm not even lying, I hope that motherfucker gets a commission from denying an AppleCare claim, because otherwise he just wasted so much fucking time for nothing. Genuinely nothing. Like, why? Okay, Vanitas, yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Kami. Sorry, okay. No. Hope, I was saying that I would rather him, like, if at least he had a reason for giving me all that runaround, it would make sense. If, like, he was getting a commission out of it, I would at least get him wasting my time. If he's just doing it for the love of the game, fuck that guy, bro. That I would be royally pissed at. If he had like a reason of like, hey, I get a commission check out of it. Okay, listen, shitty, sure, but like he had a reason at least. He's just wasting my time because fucking why not? Kami, you gotta change the music, man. I'm a guest. I can't do stuff. You gotta upgrade me. Lumion level rage baiting. Shit, maybe, man. Thank you. Yeah, okay, that's it. You can go back now. Thank you. Okay. Dude, that new website's so fucking cool. Yours is great too, Hope. Don't doubt yourself, okay? I'll be switching back and forth between them. I appreciate you both doing that. Seriously, thank you so much. Did you say only like 270 chapters, Kren? What the fuck are we talking about, bro? It's not, man. I went for the simplest solution. Oh, well, listen. I didn't need anything fancy anyway, okay? It's all good. The rhythmic thumping echoed only 3 times before escalating into a resounding bang. Oh yeah, the fucking... The father being all fucked up. As the sturdy wooden door flung open, the corridor bathed in the glow of kerosene wall lamps, revealing a darkness entwined with weeds. What's 270 more? Yeah, truly. In Lumion's gaze, the illusion of the oak tree dissipated alongside with the father, cradling an unseen infant. Amidst the fiery chaos, the weeds withered and the shadows dispersed. Lugano found himself returned to the humble praying room. Lumion, sporting a golden straw hat, emerged at the entrance, his eyes scanning every nook and cranny. Powers akin to the Paramita world merged with the other traits, albeit incapable of creating a sufficiently independent world. It resembled the demon warlock Berman gaining unique abilities through a forceful transition of pathways. But where could the father be? Drawing from Ludwig's knowledge from his food, Beyonders of the school of the god of descent concealed themselves in woodwork. Although I can't confirm the father's corrupted affiliation with the school, the influence of the Great Mother is obviously evident. The lack of resistance from the father, who refrained from fleeing or hiding, didn't surprise Lumion. Performing the wave magic in the ship's bar had been a casual display, not wanting to waste the temporary governor's authority. But the subsequent use of the colossal wave to greet the captain and the father wasn't mere showmanship. Unaware if the School of God of Descent's incident had concluded or if the Great Mother devotee still lingered, Lumion showcased the might of a governor. If there were no other Great Mother adherents or lurking threats, his greetings would simply be seen as showmanship. But if they did lurk, it would make the elusive elements cautious, forcing them to retreat deeper. Lumion planned to let the ship reach the next port, letting the Church of the Earth Mother authorities deal with them. Father Monty, seemingly unwilling to face the adventurer Louis Barry head-on with his demigod prowess, opted for concealment. I'm glad it inspired competition, truly. The free market at work, baby. Had Lugano not luckily or unluckily stumbled upon the priest cradling the infant, Father Monty may have continued portraying himself as a competent clergyman of the Church of the Earth Mother. The father is a believer of the Great Mother. He was cradling a baby. Lugano rushed to Louis Barry. Cradling a baby? He'd be hiding within the ship's woodwork. Lumion scanned the surroundings, inspecting the chairs, floors, and the sacred emblem. In an abrupt realization, he felt a stir in his heart as he approached the emblem. Adorned with symbols of wheat, flour, and spring water at the periphery, at its core lay a simple depiction of a baby. Advancing further, crimson flames radiated, setting the wooden floorboards and chairs ablaze. Coming to a halt before the sacred emblem of life, Lumion extended his hand, caressing the baby. The wood instantly deteriorated, exuding a pus. It seemed the depiction of the baby surrounded by wheat and flowers had long decayed, shedding tears of blood. You, Hope, were not a shitty solution at all, okay? You went out of your way to do something which I didn't even realize that that's something I could even ask you guys to do. That was so fucking cool. You just did it because you cared. That's so fucking dope, dude. Don't ever fucking fuck that. That's awesome. Listen, caring. Now listen, I will say it. Okay, in a time of all these fucking you want to be casual and you want to be like, oh well, nothing really matters. Caring's awesome. Okay, you should give a shit. Fuck yeah. Inside the captain's cabin, Pedro, spotting a handsome brown beard, grimaced as Louis Barry approached. Or no, hold on. There's a huge problem with the Church of the Earth Mother, Lumion narrowed his eyes. Insanity. Long time no see, buddy. I ate a Burger King. Did you eat a burger from Burger King? Or did you eat the store manager, who is colloquially referred to as a Burger King? Because if it's the latter, I'm sorry, I need to call the FBI. The whole restaurant. That seems more like a biohazard more than anything else, honestly. Observing the charred remains of the woodwork and finding no trace of the father, Lumion turned to Lugano. Take me to the captain's cabin. Alright. Exiting the prayer room, the crimson flames swiftly extinguished. Inside the captain's cabin, Pedro, spotting a handsome brown beard, grimaced as he watched Louis approaching. Experienced as he was, he knew there was trouble on the ship. During the School of God of Descent's incident, Louis Barry had only dispatched a servant to explain. Now, he was personally visiting. Well, hey, in that case, Hope, it's kind of based for everyone, right? You got to learn something cool, like a cool workaround that works better, and that can always come in handy in different ways too. And you both got to work on a little side project. Hopefully, didn't take either of you very long, but all the same, I really appreciate both of you. Thank you, guys. Without waiting for the captain's inquiry, Lumen calmly asserted, Father Monty has succumbed, aligning himself with the evil deity. He is likely colluded with the School of God of Descent's evil warlock. Captain Pedro's mind jolted as if struck by a rod. Did you kill him? Not yet. He escaped and is now hiding. Dispatch a telegram promptly, reporting this to the church. My servant will provide the details. In the face of Louis Barry's directive, the captain yielded little resistance. He shifted his attention to Lugano, observing the account of his conversion in the father's description, cradling an invisible infant. Pedro wore a bitter expression. I did sense something wrong with the father, but I'd never anticipated this. No worries. You have a good night, Hope. Appreciate you popping by, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I feel fucking better tomorrow. I'm gonna go get some fucking NyQuil. Dude, I've been sick so much recently. I'm just so fucking sick of it. Ugh. No pun intended. What's the issue? Lumen inquired. He's a favored, a beyonder of the Earth pathway, the most orthodox clergyman. Typically, he needs a blessed's help to conduct mass, preach to believers, and guide others, but he is the only favored on this ship without a blessed. I initially thought the shortage of staff in Port Santa was due to the sea prayer ritual and didn't pay it much heed, but now, with the Father's fall, only with the assistance of a blessed can one conduct mass to preach. There's no blessed following him. Lumen had learned that the favored of the Church of the Earth Mother need at least one second-in-command blessed for their decisions to be considered, or it risks being perceived as an influence of an evil god. An evil god? The Great Mother? Lumen now understood why the Church maintained two distinct systems, blessed and favored. Madam Magician had mentioned occasional influences from the Celestial Worthy, unsure if it was a revelation from Mr. Fool. I love how the OGs have become so useful for that same purpose. Audrey and Alger, because they're not of the pathways under Lord of Mysteries, they have like a certain amount of I don't know, je ne sais quoi that exists, that they can tell everyone, like, okay, no, we know, we're good. Obviously Forz is the only one who is of that pathway, because we don't keep those filthy marauders around. Similar to the Celestial Worthy, overseeing the Apprentice Seer and Marauder pathway, the Great Mother likely stands atop Planter, Apothecary, and Villain pathways. Villain? I thought there was another one we thought. Hold on. Let me open my notes. Heretic Spellmaster? Is that the villain pathway? As a result, the favored beyonders of the Planter and Apothecary pathway would also be under the influence of the Great Mother. The origin of revelation, whether from the Earth Mother or the Great Mother, remained unclear. Confirmation required the input of Blessed from other pathways outside these two. Simultaneously, Blessed monitored the status of the favored. Bro, come on. I want to do like long ass streams on the weekend. Don't tell me I'm gonna be fucking cooked. That explains it. Indeed, there's a reason behind this absurd, wasteful system. Without further words, he instructed the captain, send the telegram. After the captain relayed the father's situation to the Phaenopotter government and the Church of the Earth Mother, Lumion contemplated how to locate the father. Considering the vast sea around them, unless the father possessed teleportation or exceptional water abilities, he could only hide on the ship. Lumion dismissed the idea of involving a major arcana for such a matter. Could I use the ship's megaphone to insult the Great Mother, provoking him? The challenge lies in the inability to lock onto a target. Burning all the ship's woodwork? That seems like a last resort. Borrowing a bottle of prophetic concoction? Requires a fresh corpse from Franca, I guess. Although if Franca's involved, I could just get her to use magic mirror divination. Playing the Symphony of Hatred bone flute and informing passengers to cover their ears? No, but it would still cause effects. I could ask Ludwig if he recalls the father's smell. Yes, that works. Lumion came up with several solutions and decided to systematically test each one. He bid farewell to the captain and under the cover of night led Lugano back to his cabin. Do you recall the father's scent? Lumion asked of Ludwig. No direct contact. Ludwig shook his head. Fair enough. Lumion then turned to Lugano. I have an experiment. Work with me. What kind of experiment? Go to the deck. It's more open up there. Uneasily, Lugano descended to the deck. Bathed in the moonlight, his employer pulled out a full-body silver armor. Lumion recalled the Pride Armor's particular disdain for items of the Earth and Evernight pathway. What if it wasn't an item, but a Beyonder? Could this hatred be harnessed to pinpoint the father's location? Given he was at least a doctor. Lumion wasn't sure, but wanted to try with Lugano, a fellow Beyonder of the Earth pathway. Genuinely rip, bro. Let me die. Survived 7,000 years only to die to the common cold. It's all over. Dare I say? Listen, I don't know this chapter. I'm not reading. I'm not pre-reading. But, boys, I think the armor's gonna do it. Lumion shot a glance at Lugano and fixed his gaze on the Pride armor, carefully observing. What kind of experiment? To test the effects of the armor? Lugano asked. As soon as he finished speaking, the air on the deck, bathed in the moonlight, solidified. In an instant, the armor produced a radiant broadsword and locked onto Lugano. Before Lugano could even react, the armor surged forward with the broadsword, poised to strike. In a split second, Lumion positioned himself in front of Lugano, his body expanding, almost tearing through his shirt and pants. Lumion's fist collided with the Sword of Dawn, creating a metallic clang. Only then did Lugano shake off his bewilderment. Though unsure why an empty armor attacked him, he turned around and sprinted away. After covering some distance, the Pride armor stopped. The Sword of Dawn, fashioned from light, dissipated, turning into beams of light that dispersed. The sensation vanished. Lugano, not daring to turn his back on the Pride armor, repositioned himself and gauged the distance between Lugano and the armor. About 20 meters. Factoring in Lugano's speed, the sensing range is approximately 15. Lumion's body reverted to its original form, and a smile returned to his face. That was enough. He stowed away the armor and addressed Lugano. We're done. Lugano came to a halt, realizing that Lumion had already stashed the armor back into a mystical item, disguised as a coin pouch. Did it succeed? Very successful, Lumion replied. Though Lugano didn't grasp the experiment's significance, he had a hunch that Lumion may be exploring a way to locate the father. Kami, I think this is Unaware's site, not Hope's, no? And also Hope's not here, but... Oh, you mean, oh, you did, I thought, I don't know why, I thought you were addressing Hope at the start. I now just reread your sentence. I'm sorry. Though Lugano didn't grasp, hold on. Upon reaching the first class suite, Lumion instructed Lugano, go to the captain and ask him to gather all the Beyonders of the Earth pathway on the ship, and Beyonders of the Apothecary pathway. I'll be back after capturing the father. It doesn't matter if they don't show up, they'll bear the risk themselves. Unsure if the captain was unaware or was aware of every unstable element on the ship and every Beyonder, Lumion planned to monitor the Pride armor later to avoid it from targeting hidden Beyonders. As Lugano left the suite, Lumion turned to Ludwig. Keep an eye out later and see if there's any food lurking here. Ludwig, mouthful of cake, signaled his agreement. Waiting for the captain's arrival, Lumion patrolled the cabin's top floor with his armor in his arms. And before long, the captain arrived with a passenger in a low hat. Lumion didn't delve into the details and gestured for the sofa. Wait for me here. After reaching the staircase, Lumion pulled out the armor, gripping the sealed artifact's armpits firmly in both hands, methodically patrolling each level of the cabin. Whenever he approached a distance less than 15 meters from his suite, Lumion exercised caution, yet the Pride armor refrained. Could it be that beyond 5 meters and several layers of obstruction, the armor won't have any abnormal reactions? After nearly half an hour, he descended to the cargo cabin. Before maneuvering past... Hold on. Halls. Before maneuvering past the stack of wooden crates, the Pride armor, in Lumion's grasp, quivered, breaking free from his control. The silver-white armor morphed, a more radiant broadsword advancing and swinging at a wooden box. With a clang, the box splintered and a handful of steel ingots spilled out. At the same time, the father's clean, youthful visage emerged. Confronted by the gleaming broadsword of light, the priest's initially sturdy frame bulked up. With a powerful palm strike, he sent the sword hurtling, landing atop a wooden crate behind him. The strength rivaled that of a bear. As the father parried the armor's onslaught, Lumion donned a linen white shirt and golden straw hat materialized behind a stack of wooden crates. Humph! 2 beams of light shot out from Lumion's nostrils, hitting the father. Instantly, he crumpled to the ground. With this turn of events, vitality surged through his body like a steam engine. The vitality manifested as an incredibly self-potent healing ability, restoring the father's spirit. The spell of Harumph bore a resemblance to the psychic piercing, both targeting the spirit body, proving challenging to defend against. But the latter induced uncontrollable pain, trapping the target. The former added a sleep-inducing or unconscious state, a different form of harm, and since it was an injury, it could be healed. Empowered by the vitality, the father closed his eyelids as his eyeballs moved beneath them. He nearly woke up before hitting the ground, yet for Lumion, a mere second of restraint was plenty. Considering the father may be a product of human refinement, some abilities may not be effective. Lumion lunged at him, extending his right hand. His open palm, crimson flames coiled and compressed, forming a solid sphere. Simultaneously, the armor raised the Sword of Dawn once again. Just as the father opened his eyes and attempted to regain control, he caught sight of Louis Barry's eyes, the danger crimson fireball, and the broadsword of light slashing towards him. With only a moment to react, he twisted to the side to avoid the sword, but Lumion pressed the crimson, nearly white fireball against him. In the resulting explosion, the father was sent hurtling through the air, flesh and blood erupting from his shoulder to his abdomen. His right arm dangled on the verge of detachment. Yet the vitality within the father persisted. Flesh and blood wriggled within the wound, miraculously healing. Father Monty crashed to the ground, accompanied by the heavy footsteps of the pride armor and the luminous slash of light. Lifting his finger, the blood and flesh expelled from his body during the explosion swiftly coalesced. This figure lunged at the silver-white body armor enveloping it. Abruptly, the cargo hold was bathed in the sunrise gleam. The blood-colored figure dissolved, fading away. The sunrise gleam was gentle, sparring the father the instinctive need to shut his eyes. Consequently, his gaze reflected crimson, nearly white ravens. A dozen or so ravens circled Lumion, who kept one hand in his pocket, his eyes fixed on the father. Tracing distinct trajectories as they soared, their aim was clear: to shred the target's body and set each piece of flesh ablaze. When each fragment was spaced 20 or 30 centimeters apart, their self-healing powers proved struggled to reunite them. This wasn't flesh and blood magic. The father's pupils dilated and his mouth opened, emitting a sinister yet intimate voice. Within the voice, a dense darkness descended, and a wheat-filled weed sprouted, devouring the sunrise gleam. In the darkness, some of the crimson, nearly white ravens lost their way, unable to traverse the distant space, gradually dissipating. Only a fraction reached the father. Amidst the explosions, the father's form turned translucent, giving rise to a colossal, illusory oak tree. The oak tree stood unscathed amidst the explosion and flames, and amidst the aftermath, the mangled form of the father materialized on a branch adorned with mistletoe, as if holding, and he cradled his arms as if holding a baby. Gazing at Lumion, he wore a smile. So you're not a demigod. Wah! For the first time, Lumion heard the ethereal, hollow cry of a baby. Amidst the cries, Lumion felt his vitality draining away. Gradually weakening, even his consciousness began to waver. The vitality seemed to flow towards the baby, transforming it into nourishment. R.I.P. Lumion. It was a good 600 chapters, buddy boy. Boys, we lost him. It's all over. Dude, I swear, I don't think anything in COI is ever gonna, if you do get it, you should have a baby crying. How many times we get those? True. I swear to God, I don't think anything in COI is ever gonna hit as hard as Klein dying at the end of Volume 1. You're going, there's no fucking way. He died? I don't think anything's gonna hit that hard ever. Holy shit. In the face of the infant's cries, which gradually weakened him, Lumion teleported to the father's side, launching a powerful attack. Yet in that moment, he observed the pride armor freezing in place due to the infant's cry. Are you sure about that? Pretty sure. Suddenly, he crouched down and plunged the Sword of Dawn into the ground. Directly employing Hurricane of Light, Lumion's scalp tingled. Without bothering to confirm, he shifted the teleportation destination, vanishing into the darkness, and reappearing on the ship deck. He had long recognized the father's wilderness was inferior to the Madame's Paramita, failing to sever the deep connection between the inside and outside. Nor could it prevent teleportation. Its sole ability was restraining various sounds in the aftermath of battle. As Lumion's figure faded into the darkness, the Sword of Dawn embedded in the ground shattered, transforming into countless light specks. The plump wheat-filled weeds were sliced into pieces. The father, perched on an oak branch, couldn't dodge them in time, only managing to manifest his body into something resembling wood before being consumed. The illusory, hollow cry of a baby ceased. Within the hurricane of light, the father stood in place, frozen. In the next moment, his body, covered in brown bark, split open. The father's body fell to the bottom of the oak tree piece by piece. The incisions were smooth, and blood seeped out. Flesh and blood instantly absorbed by the oak tree's roots, nothing left behind. In the middle section of the oak tree, the bark split open. Squirming, moist flesh grew out, expanding into a hole. A human head appeared, squeezed and ejected. In the blink of an eye, the naked human was born by the illusory tree. It was the father. He retained his adult form, his body wet and partially covered in a dirty, translucent white membrane. New life. By the way, Kami, this works okay, right? I have now... I just keep the thing open at all times, the music site, so that whenever you change stuff, it auto-changes without me having to, have a go to it every time. It just stays up. With the aid of the weed-covered darkness, the illusory oak tree and the invisible baby, and the father found a new lease of life. His brow smoothed and his eyes regained a youthful gleam. Bat-like wings shrouded in dark skin erupted from his back, propelling him from the heart of the colossal oak to his silver-white armor. The armor rose, summoning light into its hand, forging a sharp spear. Launching the elongated lance with relentless force, it sliced through the air, embedding into the father's chest. The father's bat-like wings enveloped him, and his form shattered. In a mesmerizing dance, the bats circled behind the pride armor, reforming into the father. The father's body expanded, morphing into a colossal bear, and his palms sprouted sharp claws. With a swipe, he etched 5 deep gouges onto the armor's back. The armor froze. Before the father could launch another attack, he noticed the armor pivoting, condensing hammers and axes and flails, slashing at the father. The father lowered himself, shrinking to the cleared ground, inching to the illusory tree. The ground beneath him caved, and in that moment, Lumion, sensing the end of the hurricane of light, teleported back. To his surprise, the father stood unscathed. Undeterred, Lumion retrieved the Symphony of Hatred. Seizing the moment while the armor entangled the father, preventing the transmission of sound to the outside world, Lumion aimed to play a melody learned from the Port Santa celebrations. Typically, Lumion would don the boxing gloves, teleport closer and simulate some desires or emotions, and then play the Symphony of Hatred, but Lumion abandoned this idea. The peculiar tree on the battlefield gave him pause. The father had carried an invisible baby, possibly a child of God. Wearing the boxing gloves could attract unwanted attention. If the Great Mother perceived it and allowed the child of God to breach the illusory reality barrier to confront him, the consequences would be dire. Moreover, Lumion suspected that heretics like the father harbored evident psychological issues, making their mental states unpredictable. Playing the Symphony of Hatred could exploit this vulnerability, much like how he and Mr. K detested hearing others play it. Uncertain about which weakness would be triggered, Lumion planned to roll with the uncertainties. Just as Lumion raised the Symphony of Hatred to his lips, the spectral baby's cries reverberated mere inches from him. The baby's cries morphed into laughter as if engaged in an intriguing game. Stiffness gripped Lumion, and cold aura infiltrating Lumion's body. As his life began to ebb away, merging with the aura, the baby in his ear oscillated between mournful wails and gleeful laughter. Without hesitation, Lumion plunged his consciousness into his right hand, activating Alista Tudor's aura. Lumion's going aura for aura with a baby. The baby can't go band for band because it's a baby. They don't have any money, but they're like, alright, let's see who's got more aura, bro. A violent and frenzied aura erupted from Lumion, enlarging him without relying on the compression strength. Tangible bloodlust filling the air. The baby's cries and laughter ceased. Oh, he out-auraed the baby. Cringe, baby. Oof. The coldness invading Lumion's body dissipated under the searing sensation. Lumion, in control, terminated the activation and blew into the blackbone flute. A noticeably jubilant melody echoed, stunning the father. His face twisted in indescribable. Coughing baby versus nuclear weapon. Witnessing the silver armor wielding a staff of light, the father reached out, pointing at the adversary's feet. Countless vines, weeds, and tree branches sprouted, entwining the armor. Amidst the cacophony of crashing branches and tearing vines, the armor advanced laboriously. The father locked eyes with Lumion and shouted, "Run! The child of God can't be killed!" Run? Lumion realized the father seemed more grounded than before, the warmth in his gaze and the familiarity of home replaced by agony. Run? Repent to the Earth Mother on my behalf! The father screamed. His naked form underwent a transformation. Organs, as symbolic of creation and incubation, sprouted from translucent, filthy white membranes. Repent to the Earth Mother. Lumion understood the father's state. The corruption appeared incomplete, retaining a side that clung to faith in the Earth Mother, resulting in a split personality. Is this the problem the symphony of hatred triggered, allowing the father's normal personality to temporarily gain advantage? Lumion sighed, but this didn't prevent him from condensing crimson fireballs that were nearly white and launching them to the father. The father's countenance shifted between frigidity and anguish. With all his might, he exclaimed, "The child of God cannot be killed, only banished!" As the father spoke, crimson fireballs exploded on him, and the armor breached the obstruction of the vines, charging. Upon the fireball's detonation, the father wrestled control of his body, attempting to retreat. In that instant, Lumion materialized behind him, brandishing a bone flute. Lumion teleported into the explosion's epicenter, unconcerned about potentially severe injuries. The fireball was a decoy. The true lethal-like was the symphony of hatred. Lumion thrust the bone flute into the father's neck. The expanding flames engulfed them both. Now, telling him to run is valid, though. Think about it. And the father's going, "Bro, you're not even a demigod. You think you're gonna fight the child of a great old one? Are you nuts? You're not that guy, pal." As Lumion's body was nearly ripped apart by the explosions, he drew upon an ascetic's tolerance for pain and a pyromaniac's resistance to burn, activating the black mark on his shoulder. Alongside the father, he vanished into the swirling flames, reappearing at the edge of the darkness. His shirt, vest, and pants lay tattered. The exposed parts were mangled and charred, revealing bone. The father, exposed to close to death, had filthy, translucent white membrane on his body, torn and burned away. Snap. As the first piece of flesh landed on the edge of the weed-covered darkness, it suddenly seeped in. Witnessing this, Lumion's heart stirred. He grabbed the father's body and activated teleportation again. They left the darkness and materialized on the deck, bathed in the moonlight. Simultaneously, the illusory oak tree in the depths of the cargo hold shed its bark, revealing moist, slippery flesh. The blood-filled flesh began to squirm, but only a palm-sized figure emerged. The father, nearly the size of the blob of flesh that fell from the father, had been absorbed by the wilderness, had clear eyes and youthful appearance, resembling the father. The father's eyes were glazed and his expression rigid, showing no signs of intelligence. Hold on, I gotta keep popping hulls. It's the only way I can talk. Cringe. Yeah, you know, People get addicted to nicotine or alcohol. I got addicted to the... What the fuck are these? Reliefs, cough, and sore throat lozenges. Yeah, that's what I got addicted to. Yeah, it's over. The armor rushed and swung the recondensed hammer of light down, flattening the pixie-like father. The illusory colossal tree instantly became more transparent, and the wilderness receded. In the blink of an eye, it all vanished, and the cargo hold returned to its original state, but many wooden boxes had shattered, and steel walls had bore marks of depressions. Elsewhere, Lumen drew the symphony of hatred and observed the father's blood dripping onto the steel deck. Just as he breathed a sigh of relief, he heard the father, who had fallen to the ground. "To banish the child of God, you must grasp his true name. His true name is..." Suddenly, the father's voice vanished, and his mouth continued opening and closing. Lumion heard the hollow cry of a baby again. Unlike before, the cries were distant, as if in another world. Is the child of God still wary of Alista Tudor's aura? Fear? Lumion surveyed his surroundings and realized the crimson moon on the deck had vanished. Get fucking rolled, idiot. The area became dark. The cries of the baby persisted. Lumion lowered his head, fixing his gaze on the breathless father. At some indeterminate moment, his stomach bulged as if something writhed within. Despite the gaping wounds, a demonic, blood-red glow emanated from the belly. Lumion's eyes narrowed as he knelt on one knee. Extending his hand with the symphony of hatred, he slashed the father's stomach. A gentle stroke of black bone flute cleaved open the flesh, revealing blood-stained intestines and organs. No signs of the child. A substantial amount of transparent, pale yellow liquid spewed out from the blood-colored stomach. The baby's cries intensified. He seemed to gradually overcome his fear of the Alista Tudor aura out of anger and hatred. I said hanger. Like the baby was hangry. I need to find a professional to banish this child of God. Lumion, whose spirituality allowed him to use Spirit Will Traversal twice, planned on seeking assistance. Yet after activating the mark on his shoulder, Lumion realized he couldn't sense the spirit world. The abnormal darkness appeared to seal off this area. This was closer to Paramita. I can't help, summon a messenger or pray to a high-level existence. Lumion's heart sank. At that moment, the invisible child of God's cries drew nearer. As panic surged, Lumion, a conspirer, devised a new plan. Exorcism spell. One of the 5 magics of the alms monk, capable of dispelling wraiths and evil spirits. The unborn child of God, invisible in the real world, bore a resemblance to wraiths. Lumion, untroubled by the need for a specific target, could firstly use his first name. Secondly, he could pray to Mr. Fool, the proximity-based response of the seal on his chest, due to the severed connection with the outside world, would provide him with the necessary strength. As an ascetic, Lumion could simplify parts of the spell quickly. The hitch of the requirement was the target's real name and an item he frequently carried. Lumion lacked both. His gaze shifting to the father's stomach. If unsuccessful in a minute, he planned to unleash Alista Tudor's aura yet again, trying to scare away the child. After scanning the area a few times, Lumion's gaze fixed on the blood-stained intestines. Amidst them lay a short, blood-colored flesh, blood-stained strip, clearly not fully developed. The umbilical cord? If it truly is that, it's closely related to the child of God, connected to his flesh and blood. I don't even need to know his true name to succeed with the spell. Lumion tore off the suspected umbilical cord. The baby's cries intensified. Thank you for confirming. As he held the umbilical cord and danced a rhythmic, primitive dance, as Lumion danced, he constantly bent down, using the umbilical cord to draw the corresponding symbol on the deck. He simplified the patterns he needed to complete, straightened his body, and pressed his left palm, creating a crimson flame on the symbol. He then placed the umbilical cord into the flames. There's a strong symbolic meaning to this, representing expulsion, incineration, and purification. The baby's cries heightened, sending a shiver down Lumion's spine. Swiftly, he positioned a lit candle atop the flame and umbilical cord and recited, "The fool that doesn't belong to this era, the mysterious ruler above the grey fog, the king of yellow and black who wields good luck." As the honorific name of Mr. Fool echoed, a wispy grey fog enveloped the area, and the unseen baby's cries diminished. Feeling its sensation from his chest, Lumion advanced. "I beseech your assistance. I implore you to banish the object connected to this umbilical cord." In an instant, the flames tainted the grey fog, burning intensely. The cord charred, revealing the father's face marked by explosions and blood. The baby's cries faded. The father's spirit involuntarily retreated, relief evident on his face. He was also now connected to the umbilical cord. He was now a ghost. With difficulty, the father raised his hand and shouted, "Precious life's embrace, the harvest's grace, praise the mother of all things." As his spirit body dissipated, the child of God emitted a shrill cry. The cry echoed in Lumion's head, making him feel as though he had endured psychic piercing repeatedly. He became weak, consumed by the pain in his soul. Upon recovery, the darkness on the deck had vanished, and the moonlight had returned. The symbols on the ground and the grey fog-colored flames had disappeared, leaving only the burning candles and the umbilical cord. Lumion bent down to extinguish the candle, pressing his heart to his chest. Or his hand to his chest. "Thank you, Mr. Fool." After stowing away the remnants of the umbilical cord, Lumion cast a glance at the father's still uncharacteristic corpse. He unleashed his compression power. His spirituality restored, the weakness eased, and Lumion felt confident enough to return, stuffing the pride armor back into his bag. Enduring the pain, he returned to his suite as if nothing had happened, addressing Pedro and the others. "The problem has been resolved. The father's corpse is on the deck. His belongings will be handed over to the church." "Is the father truly dead?" Lugano approached Lumion and whispered. "You can take a look at his corpse," Lumion replied with a smile. "But I heard his voice earlier. He seemed to be shouting the name of the so-called child of God." "Shouting the child of God?" "He did yell it, but due to special reasons it didn't reach the real world. Only Beyonders corrupted by the child of God could hear it?" "That was before his death," Lumion said. "What name did he call out?" I think it was..." Finally, he remembered and recited the pronunciation. Yes. Ami Bella. Ain't no fucking way. Isn't Ami Bella the one that the original god of the original Earth Mother that Lilith killed and took the place of? She's not dead and is trying to get revived? Oh, brother. Okay, you know what, Adam? I get it. Okay, I get why you and listen. Anytime my queen, the fucking Evernight, does something, we know it's for good reason. But this makes ultra good sense. Okay, fucking thank God you guys killed her. Lumen, kill her again. Fuck her. God, what a bitch. You're dead for 1,000 years and still trying to fuck people over. What a bitch. Oh, me Bella. Chermy Boris's voice reverberated in Lumen's ears. You've heard of that? No, I've never heard it before today, Lugano thought. Chermy Boris fell silent. From the looks of it, it seems there was something off about the child of God's true name. Yeah, it's like yelling fucking Leodero. It sounds like a woman's name. Considering the villain pathway's progression to Sequence 5, Banshee, where they transition a woman, and the inherent female inclination of the Earth pathway, Sequence 0, Earth Mother, along the influences of the Great Mother herself, it is plausible that the child of God is a woman. It is fortunate you weren't aware of this earlier, or you may have been linked to the so-called child of God yourself. So Lilith right now has the Earth Mother and the fucking thing, vampire pathway under control. But she can't become a great old one of this pathway until she gets whatever the fucking villain pathway is. But even then, how is she... How does that even make any sense? Because then she has two uniquenesses of the pathway, right? But so then, how is the Great Mother a great old one if she doesn't have the uniqueness? Now, ESG made a plan for Great Old One, only plant her in Moon. She needs Sephira. But then the Sephira is probably already under the control of the thing, no? Because then the Great Mother is a... Unless the Great Mother isn't a Great Old One. Maybe it's just a god. Just. It's all relative. As Lumen spoke, his attention shifted to Ludwig. As Lumen spoke, his attention shifted to Ludwig, who silently moved to the living room's balcony. His gaze followed Ludwig towards the deck where the captain and the others were examining the father's corpse. Is it edible? Lumen asked. Not yet, Ludwig shook his head. Very well. Thus the mystery of the father is inexplicably connected with the child of God, remains unsolved. A peculiar umbilical cord has even taken root in his stomach, leaving Lumion unable to confirm if Pino was a byproduct refined from the father's remains. Indeed, the father bore signs of severe corruption, though Lumion hadn't anticipated his corruption to rival that of the Mad Ladies. She can't just be a god. But Chris, by my logic, what if she is the god of the villain pathway, and then has control, maybe initial control, maybe full control, of the Sephira that they're both after? That would give her the ability to mess with Beyonders of the other pathways, right? Because the Sephira would give her such control, and then just being Sequence Zero and Sephiroth would give you the standing as like a half-grade old one, basically. Give you the ability to do that. Couldn't that work? Lilith can become great old one, the third one, but she'll always be restrained by Mother Goddess of Depravity. Of course, it paled in comparison to the state of Mad Lady's corpse. Even Ludwig found it too dirty. As for the spirit channeling, Lumion understood that a spirit banished by the exorcism spell couldn't be summoned for a time, rendering communication impossible. Upon returning to the living room, Lumion sank into a recliner. Turning to Lugano, he said, "Come and treat me." Lugano's eyes surveyed the makeshift bandages and oozing wounds. It's that serious? Do you think dealing with a father is a walk in the park? If I hadn't taken risks, I might be the one who's dead. I keep hearing something? Oh. Maybe you're hearing me like toss a lozenge around in my mouth. Maybe that's it. Hold on. Not what I meant. Why are your clothes and pants unscathed? I obviously changed them. Lumion's traveler bag proved invaluable, holding nearly a dozen identical outfits. The only casualty was a straw hat, consumed by the explosion, burnt to ash. This setback hardly fazed the great adventurer, though, with stacked up on identical replacements. Are they trying to say that Luffy's hat should have been destroyed several times over and he keeps replacing it with fake ones? Are you going until 13 or 15? The plan was 15, Kami. Let me know if that doesn't work, though. I'm not going to 20 for sure, bro. 15 is hard enough in my current state. Oh my god. This was the benefit of having a traveler's bag. Lugano chose not to pry any further. Having originally considered a more intricate procedure like cutting off charred skin, Lugano's plans were halted by Lumion, opting for a simple approach. Lumion had no intention of enduring the agony of an anesthesia-free surgery. Knowing he would revert to his original state at 6 a.m. I think you end at 14 instead of 15. Okay. With the pain and injuries now manageable and showing improvement, Lumion made his way back to his room. There he unfolded a letter and began to recount his events to Madame Magician. Lumion consistently regarded matters related to evil gods with great gravity. He believed such concerns should be left to his superiors. Can you take them all on? In what sense? Would I take them all? Of course I would. Awareness. They're all queens, okay? I would treat them with kindness, okay? Most of the time. Observing the shared stance between the Tarot Club and the Aurora Order in combating evil gods, especially those breaching the barrier, Lumion recognized his responsibility as both a minor arcana holder in the Tarot Club and an official member of the Aurora Order. After meticulously recording the detail... Bro, can I say it? I fucking hate this. I was so anti-Aurora Order, and at this point they're starting to make me so based. I'm starting to be like, damn, they're just fighting off the evil gods. I can see what Dr. Z was cooking, though. I fucking hate this, because by the time Dr. Z comes back, I'm gonna be like, damn, the Aurora Order's actually kind of based, and she's gonna go, aha, told you, dumb bitch. She was right all along, I just didn't know it. After meticulously recording details, including Termi Boris's reaction, Lumion summoned the messenger. Engaged in a recent dispute with Ludwig and being in proximity to the other party, the messenger arrived and departed quite swiftly. In a clean, refreshing bedroom in the kingdom of Lone, Backlund, Madam Magician lay peacefully in her bed. Abruptly, she sat up. Spirituality warning? Something's about to happen. Having just poured a glass of Sonia blood wine and not having delved to her astronomy yet, she was surprised to see her messenger materialize. Lumion. Has he unearthed the issue with the Mother Earth priest? I didn't guide him in She told them to go there because she knew the priest was all fucked up? Damn, bro, Forrest be cooking though. Hold on. Bro, I thought she was a bum telling him to go to the church when the church was all out of whack. She knew this. As she read, her expression underwent a change. Ami Bella? Was my warning connected to this? This is something worth discussing at the Tarot Club. After moments of notice, Madam Magician used astromancy to verify the information. She then seated herself and observed as the dark red fountain pen levitated. Removing the cap, she began to inscribe her thoughts on the faux goat skin. Ami Bella is a name shrouded in the fog of history, possessing a potent symbolic meaning. Using Ami Bella as the child of God's true name, I do not know if it is tied to the mysteries of the second epoch when the ancient sun gods, predating even the ancient sun god, ruled the lands, or if the Great Mother is employing intense mystical symbolisms to gradually erode the Earth Mother's authority and even the Earth Mother herself. If we can unravel the secrets of the ancient era, we may find an answer. The one the Aurora Order believes in may know something. Adam. As Lumion read the response, he sensed a subtle suggestion hinting to inquire through Mr. K. He continued reading. Now, Forrest is a bum. Klein would have never sent the Tarot members into danger without telling them. True. Listen, awareness. You know I will never pass up an opportunity to fucking shit on Forrest, okay? I'm the lazy bum bitch. But he's a hunter. You can't just be like, you know, babysitting him and be like, hey, the father's evil. Take him out, you know? He's got to do the calculation himself. True, though. Hold on. That's kind of true, though, Ernest. Simply put, Ami Bella belongs to the ancient giant race, once known as the goddess of harvest. I can't divulge anymore. No need to delve into this matter. If you come across the Earth Mother's favored Night Stalkers or a member of the God of Schools of the School of God's descent, keep a vigilant eye. We'll handle the follow-up. The goddess of harvest. Lumion burned the letter and feigned sleep. With sunrise, his body healed. Lumion returned to the living room and addressed Lugano. "Still hear the baby crying?" "No," Lugano said. "As expected, seeking the father's help is the only way to resolve your after effects." "That's why you wanted me to seek help? Killing him?" Cuttlefish is not a reliable source. Yeah, Chris, we'll stream tomorrow as long as like my voice isn't fucking gone altogether. Yeah. Lumion approached the balcony and instructed Lugano. Find Ennio later and use a follow-up consultation to confirm his condition. Right, Ennio was saved by the father's surgery. Since there was something wrong with the father, he too may be problematic. Lugano had concern seeking the patient, fearing potential danger. However, as he observed the sunlight gradually brightening and the horizon turning red, a sense of relief washed over him. At 9 a.m. 6:15 to 6:20? Thanks, Chris. At 9 a.m., Lugano returned to inform Lumion that the special patient had recovered exceptionally well. Around the same time, the captain approached Lumion, sharing news that the ship would temporarily dock to allow the church's personnel to collect the father's corpse. Notably, the adventurer and his servants were explicitly excluded from this directive. Lumion smiled, offering no response. Around noon, several combat nuns and a priest boarded the ship, escorting Ennio and the others away. On the balcony, Lugano observed Ennio being invited off the ship. His expression, a mix of daze and fear. If he's fine, why capture him? Do you think it's non-existent just because you say so? Be optimistic. After the church confirms there's no problem, you may secure a clerical position in the church, interacting with combat nuns daily. But that also means losing his freedom. Freedom? The prerequisite of freedom is not endangering others. Despite his stance, as he witnessed the terrified and nervous Ennio and recalled the deceased father in his normal persona, Lumion couldn't help but recall a phrase his sister would mutter: "All living beings suffer." And with a whistle, the ship set sail again. Alright, 2 more chapters. Let's just try to make it through. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm doing it, but like it's a little rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. A few days later, Lumion lounged on a recliner on the suite's balcony, soaking in the sea breeze. After the exorcism spell, the umbilical cord lost its vitality. Moreover, lacking characteristics, it couldn't function as a mystical item. All it retained now was its uniqueness. In simpler terms, it mirrored the mark left on Lumion by Lista Tudor, devoid of power and incapable of emitting the fearsome aura of the child of God. Lumion couldn't wield it to intimidate it either. Probably 20 minutes, Kami, maybe a little longer. You can tell there to start in like any time after 30 minutes, basically. Yeah, I know why you're asking. It's all good. Is a close fight. Awareness, as a friend of mine once told me, depends on the bomb and the baby. Lumion surmised it could only play a role in 2 scenarios. First, you could use it as a casting ingredient, enabling specific spells to wield power beyond ordinary standards, or aiding warlocks in utilizing special spells. Secondly, as a supplementary ingredient incorporated during the crafting of mysticism items, charms, or agents, or weapons. Lumion also believed that such a cord fragment could prove valuable in the presence of Great Mothers bestowed. Even without provocation, he could provoke animosity from these people. Regrettably, witches share similarity with pyromaniacs. They are restricted to utilizing various black magic bestowed by potions, unable to delve into spell study or master new incantation like warlocks. Among these black magic, only one, the bloodline curse, could be paired with the umbilical cord as a casting ingredient, but the child of God has yet to manifest in the real world, rendering the curse ineffective against him. Cursing the Great Mother, of course, is off the table. Franca and Jenna might find themselves giving birth right then and there. At the same time, at the Curly-Haired Baboon Research Society or another gathering, I could aim to acquire an item tied to a warlock sequence, then amass potent spells that employ the umbilical cord as a casting ingredient. Isn't this creating several complications? I have not needed to seek out an artisan lately, and the absence of primary ingredients complicates matters. Maybe I should just transform it into a Beyonder weapon with limited use. No, that's not great. There's a contamination risk if a sufficiently high skilled artisan incorporates it with a supplementary ingredient. It's just not worthwhile. There were charms. Lumin scrutinized the umbilical cord, eventually returning it to his bag. Then Lumin reached into his pocket where the finger from Mr. K was. In the past 2 days, he took a special return to Trier to brief Mr. K about the Father and the invisible child of God. He received unreserved approval and praise. The enthusiasm and fervor led Lumin to suspect Mr. K in the next moment may sever his own arm and offer it to him. His finger seemed insufficient to convey the depths of his emotions. As Mr. Case expressed great satisfaction and with his decision to permit Lumin to leave Trier, he perceived it as the Lord's revelation and commended Lumin's affinity for heretics. How could a Beyonder of such stature confine himself to mere Trier? While Franca and Jenna were acquainted with the sours of the villain pathway, the connection with the Father left them feeling like they were hearing a horror story. Unconsciously, he stroked his stomach. After conveying his sentiments, Lumin returned to the ship contentedly, resuming his journey. Lumin flipped through the Dutenese textbook for a few minutes when a series of knocks were echoed on the sweet's door. Lugano made his way to the door and peered through the peephole. In the past days, the absence of the baby cries had eased his heart. This incident only heightened his gratitude for choosing to stay with his employer. Lugano believed that if the issue stemmed with the Beyonder ingredients left behind by Tenko, even if he hadn't boarded the ship, he could have encountered a similar situation sooner or later. And without the aid of a powerful Beyonder like Lumion, his fate would have been clear. Spotting the captain outside, Lugano turned to Lumion. "Boss, the captain is here for you." "The captain?" Lumion closed the textbook and returned to the living room. Pedro entered the suite. "Mr. Barry, are you interested in taking on a commission? It is straightforward and won't take much time." "Straightforward? I doubt it." Lumion couldn't foresee how a supposedly simple commission would unfold. "What commission?" "The destination of this voyage is Port Cola, my hometown. My wife and children are there. At the start of the year, my beloved eldest daughter, Sala, fell in love with a young man. She was passionate and eager to marry him. As you are aware, in Faina Potter, marriages and family are held in high regard. We must approach this cautiously and maintain responsibility. Blindly rushing into the cathedral is not our way. Is that lad displeasing to you and your matriarch? Do you want me to kill him?" Lumion teased. "Honestly, there's no need. A captain like you surely has plenty of ways to deal with an experienced young man." "I am a law-abiding citizen. I won't resort to such things." "A seafaring captain with Beyonder abilities is a law-abiding citizen?" Lumion chuckled. "I probed the young man and sent something amiss. I hired adventurers to investigate him, but they never returned. This raised my alarm. I don't want my child involved with such a person." "Yes, to you this may seem trivial, but it is of the utmost importance to me. I have 20,000 riso as compensation." 20,000? You must be raking in the dough. Are there any Beyonders from these two pathway in your families? Or sorry, Lumion pondered and said, are you a Beyonder of the planter or apothecary pathway? Are there any Beyonders from these pathways in your family? 800 pounds? Yeah. Yeah, less. No. Then why haven't you sought help from the church? Lumion asked. Because there's something off with my daughter too. Her infatuation with that man is too intense. It rejects all reason, as if she's been possessed. Do you suspect Sal has been influenced? Yes. Alright, I accept. Lumion had to constantly pursue opportunities to work digest his potion. Of course, saving up funds for Ludwig's food was also another reason. A few days later, Quartier de la Cathédrale Commémorative, Trier. Frank and Jenna glanced at Anthony. Why are you here at 10 p.m.? I found that woman. The woman who appeared in the magic mirror divination? Yes, Anthony affirmed. Okay, this is actually a good setup for me. I can just use this in the future. Oh yeah, do I make myself bigger maybe? Is this too big? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we can make it this big, see if this is better. Delilah DeRoy, daughter of the gem merchant, already wed with an offspring, a boy and a girl, indulges in opera, theatre, and literature. 12 riso is £1. So, a little over £1,500, basically. Not bad. 1600, I guess. A little over 1600, I guess. Franca positioned on the same side as Jenna, deliberating. Wait, sorry. Jenna redirected his attention, acknowledging Anthony. That's her. I can see balding in HD. Harsh. If I just run my hands through my hair, the couple hairs that might come out are more hair than you have on your head, okay? Just chill. Just chill. God damn, my hair looks so good now. What the fuck? This genuinely looks so good on me. I'm so glad I took the opportunity to grow my hair out. I looked homeless for a couple months now, but I actually really like this look. Franca, positioned on the same side as Jenna, deliberated. The issue at hand, is she baiting us? If her reaction was merely surprise, we may glean a little of value. Give me the olive oil you use. I do not use the olive oil. You must get that from an Italian. Should she persist in her high-profile activities despite the resonance of the mirror world fragment, it is plausible that she or the person behind her seek to draw out magic mirror fragments. Having assessed this scenario, Franca concluded, engaging with Delilah recklessly poses significant risks. compared to his homeless. Or it is a big improvement, man. I even look back when like I don't know, someone posted a clip of like when my hair, when I just had the regular like fade and stuff, and I was like, damn, bro, this looks so much better. And I save like $50 a month. Do I give a shit about the $50? Not really. But winning, baby. But our magic mirror divination assures the safety of today's operation. Olive oil missing from local restaurant. Yeah. Kami, my barber charges like $40 for a haircut, and then like you're paying him $40, you can give him like $10 in tip, right? Are you gonna fucking not tip him? What am I, an animal? Franca smiled. Place not undue faith in divinations. Moreover, the danger may not be immediate. Engaging hastily with Delilah. So we stand by, wait a month or two until tensions ease? Jenna asked. It's 10 quid. Oh no, not quid, sorry. You're not English. It's 10 euros. That's like cheap as fuck though, what the fuck? I have an idea. What is it? Frank asked. Employ the mystical item. Authority holders under the table transaction. It grants us a discreet opportunity to interact with Delilah. This way, if the issues stem from the person behind Delilah, our contact remains concealed, preserving the trail of clues. And if it is Delilah, we can swiftly transact from contact to control. It's not implausible, and I'm interested in testing out the item myself. No need to contest it. I'm a sequence higher than you, and my self-preservation abilities are beyond yours. Even if evil entities like demons seek a trade, I can invoke Madam Judgment as my witness. Alright. Anthony continued, I'll handle the brief encounter using a hypnotist to ensure no lingering clues or traces for the person behind Delilah to discover. No issues, Franca said. I'm dressed in a greyish-white attire and brown leather armor. Jenna, like many female mercenaries, carried a leather-brown backpack. Franca weighed the terms of her request against the price of the authority holder's bribe, rolling up the sleeves of her lady's shirt. She reached through the membrane curtain on one side and the wooden box with the small cloth containing 100 louis d'or in the other. Although the usage instructions didn't exclude banknotes, Franca, drawing on her extensive mysticism experience, opted for gold coins. Suppressing a momentary surge of disgust, Franca articulated her request. I desire an uninterrupted, unobscured, and highly discreet face-to-face encounter lasting over 3 minutes between my friend Anthony Reed, seated across from me, and Delilah, a member of the Leroy Gem merchant family. Franca had included meticulous qualifiers ensuring precision in the parties' meeting. The object within the wrinkled and wet palm-like texture lifted the cloth bag. Signified the agreement of the authority holders under the table transaction. Where do the gold coins go? Madam Messenger. Franca withdrew her right hand, using a white handkerchief to meticulously cleanse the touched area. Where do we position ourselves for the meet? Anthony asked. The request specified only 2 individuals, you and Delilah, so your best chance is to shadow her. Fair enough. At this juncture, Franca retrieved the resplendent 7 stones bracelet, giving it to Anthony, and should the need arise, teleport away. Observing the seriousness of the demoness, Anthony swallowed his inclination to refuse and accepted the bracelet. If you place your trust in me, I can craft a paper figurine substitute using your blood and hair, Franca suggested. Okay, Anthony replied. Within the confines of the Bonnie department store, Anthony swiftly pinpointed Delilah. Delilah stood amidst the first floor, accompanied by her lady maid and valet. In the midst of the spectacle, the magician's assistant wheeled a substantial wooden box capable of accommodating 3 to 4 people. The magician, with a theatrical flush, removed his top hat. For my next act, I require the assistance of 2 fortunate members of the audience. Madame, would you do me the honor of paying me on stage? And you gotta say, I don't know whom... I don't know how strong the person that Madam Messenger is paying her mortgage payments to in the spirit world for her mansion, for her McMansion. You gotta imagine, it's gotta be some dope ass motherfucker who's taking mortgage payments from Madam Messenger. Though hesitant, Delilah couldn't muster a refusal and ascended the wooden stage. This gentleman, please join me. Feigning reluctance, Anthony made his way up too. The magician gestured to the wooden box. Please, sit inside. If it was spirit world rent for her. Yeah, exactly. She's just like... She's sitting there, she's like... God damn it. Do you know how strong I was? Now I have to fucking trump 50-year mortgage on this house I don't even want. The property values have crashed. It's not even worth half of what I'm paying for it. Oh, cringe. The Celestial Worthy, of course, the dominator of the spirit world. Imagine how funny it would be, though. Klein pays Madam Messenger. Madam Messenger pays mortgage to Celestial Worthy. Celestial Worthy uses that gold to fight Klein. Klein is paying Celestial Worthy to fight him. It's a big... Make your enemies work for you. If you want to know how to do that, I'm unleashing a new 60-minute crash course. You just need to click the link in the description, and before you know it, your enemies will be paying you money for you to destroy their lives. You can do it too, folks. Choosing a seat from the furthest from her, Anthony, while there was still illumination, offered a smile. Truth be told, I'm a bit embarrassed. His words were delivered with a calm, genial tone, causing Delilah's tense demeanor to ease. Don't believe me? Look in my eyes. He pointed. Only for $160 a day. No, Harsh, I wouldn't do that to you. Only for 5 gifted memberships a day, I will teach you how to make your enemies give you tenfold that on a daily basis. And of course, the joy you will feel from knowing you are draining your enemies' bank accounts is free. Truly, my gift to you. Delilah. Oh, Jesus, fuck. In that moment, the magician closed the wooden box. Did you experience anything unusual in Quartier de la Maison d'Opera a week ago? Anthony asked. Yes, Delilah responded truthfully. What was that? My heart started racing and my blood felt like it was boiling. Do you know what it means? I'm not sure, but my father told me to inform him if something like that ever happens. A real father? My real father is my mother's lover and the current governor, or in the current government's minister of industry, Morin Avigny. What did he say upon learning? He told me not to worry and to continue living like usual. Lovely lady, I am thrilled to share this magic moment with you. Can you provide me something memorable? Perhaps a few strands of your hair? His voice, deep and captivating, made Delilah feel that the request was normal. She plucked a few strands of hair and handed them over. I don't wish to jeopardize your family, Anthony sighed. Once you step out of this box and hear my snap, you'll forget all of this. As his voice echoed, Delilah's thoughts blurred. The wooden box opened, revealing only Anthony and Delilah. On the other hand, had been gracefully pulled from behind the stage by the magician. The audience erupted in applause. Once the ovations died down, the magician pressed his hand and bowed in gratitude, casting a glance at Delilah. Anthony snapped his fingers, intent on engaging in conversation with the man who had established a connection with her. Delilah was jolted when she heard the snap. Turning on her heel, she descended the wooden platform, returning to her place. Meanwhile, Anthony departed, seamlessly blending in. In Quartier de la Cathédrale commemorative, Franca applied the ashes of Delilah's hair onto the surface of the magic mirror, reciting the familiar incantation for the magic mirror divination. Amidst the splashing water and the dark luster, Franca asked, "Is the owner of this hair a mirror person?" "No," the voice responded. "The plot's chickens." Anthony farts from some aura awareness. How dare you? Anthony's like one of the most goated characters in this entire fucking book so far. How dare you? I love Anthony, okay? That guy's awesome. Alright guys, that's it. We'll call it there. 2 hours, good stream. Yeah, I hope I feel better. I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna run out and get some medicine. Hopefully, feel better. All right, have a good night, guys. Your stocks have not moved much. Wrong awareness. He's been compounding interest on his stocks. Okay, wrong. All right, bye, boys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.